Hello, and welcome to Today in History for December 30th. I'm Michael Powell. I'm sure all of us remember Led Zeppelin, but is there anyone out there that can remember when their very first live recording was made? Well, on December 30th of 1968, Led Zeppelin recorded live for the very first time. Within a year, they'd be big, and within 2, they'd be huge, but within 3, they'd be the biggest band in the world. But on December 30th of 1968, this quartet of British rockers was preparing for their 5th ever gig in the United States, and they were using propane heaters to keep themselves and their equipment warm while they waited to go on as the opening act for Vanilla Fudge at a concert in a frigid college coliseum in Washington State. A few serious rock fans in attendance had at least heard about the new band, formed around former guitarists from the now defunct Yardbirds. But if those fans even knew the name of this group, they might not have recognized it in the ads that ran in the local newspaper. Because the Spokesman Review of Spokane, Washington, ran an advertisement on this day in 1968 for a concert at Gonzaga University featuring the Vanilla Fudge with Led Zeppelin, a concert of which a bootleg recording would later emerge that represents the first ever live Led Zeppelin performance captured on tape. At the end of the now widely available recording known as Gonzaga 68, Robert Plant can be heard introducing himself and his bandmates, John Paul Jones on bass, Jimmy Page on guitar, and John Bonham on drums, to a smattering applause. Some of those, however, that were in attendance that day remembered that their reaction was much stronger than that. In a Spokesman Review article published 29 years later, after the night in question, Bob Gallagher, a teenage record store employee at the time, recalled the show's opening number. Bonham came out and started drumming on Train Kept a Rollin', Gallagher said, and everybody went, "Holy crap." There is nothing raw or un-Led Zeppelin about the sound captured by an unknown Gonzaga student on a small portable tape recorder that day. The Gonzaga 68 bootleg features the band performing tight and thrilling versions of some songs that are now considered classics, but were unknown to those in attendance. Halfway through the set, Robert Plant introduces one of the numbers as follows. This is off an album that comes out in about 3 weeks on the Atlantic label. It's called Led Zeppelin. This is a tune called Dazed and Confused. Well, I certainly remember Led Zeppelin, but I certainly do not remember that first live recording. What can I say? That's why we have Today in History to learn more. Any rate, that's it for today, but tomorrow is the last day of the year. Won't you check back then to see what's coming up?